me. Feed me more. Feed me more.
The Ryback Show starts now. Welcome to the Ryback Show Friday Live. I am the big guy, Ryback. Thank you for joining me. We're streaming on Instagram today. No TikTok. The tablet is charging, so we're coming at you. Instagram only. The big guy, Ryback 22. Ryback TV on YouTube. Ryback Rules on Twitch. Ryback on Periscope. I thank all of you. And busy day, great day as always. Big deep water cardio session today. 50 minutes on the Stairmaster. Feeling great. And as always, this podcast, this show is brought to you by Feed Me More Nutrition, premium supplements, sweetened with stevia and monk fruit, no artificial sweeteners or colors, vegan friendly for men and women. Guys, feedmemore.com. You can always save 20% with discount code Ryback Show 20 for being a listener or watcher of this show. And this weekend, guys, I am hooking you guys up with the free gym bag, lifting straps, and workout gloves. I got the lifting straps right here. These Feed Me More Nutrition lifting straps, guys, with the padding on the inside as well. And then we got the Feed Me More Nutrition gym bags and workout gloves. Also, guys, you get that free bundle with discount code WEEKENDBUNDLE. WEEKENDBUNDLE. All you got to do is spend $60 or more on feedmemore.com. Spend $60, add that bundle to your cart, use discount code WEEKENDBUNDLE. You get the gym bag, the workout gloves, and the lifting straps. A $70 value free, guys, all weekend long until midnight Sunday. When this show is up and done, I'll have it in the description as well. But that code is WEEKENDBUNDLE. Minimum purchase of $60 on feedmemore.com. All right, let's get to it. What's going on? I saw it was on Twitter earlier on the pro wrestling side. Is what somebody asked, is your TikTok being suppressed? Dean, no, but it's been weird. It's so, if you look at like TikTok, and I don't understand why this happens. I'll have posts like my last 10, 11, 12 posts, 2 of them have gone into the millions. One's at 7.5 million, and the other's at 1.3 or 1.4 million. And then I got some in the hundreds of thousand range in that period, and then some in the 40, 50, 60,000. And then like yesterday, it was nothing took off yesterday. And that happens on the platform where like even my Instagram, by the way, is doing way better than it has in a long time. And I can't say too much, but I've hired out a service. And everything I have said with my Instagram and Twitter specifically, Twitter's really bad. But on Instagram, there's a bot hooked up to my account, unfollowing new followers that's been on there for years. I certainly didn't put that on there. My follower count on Instagram should be closer to 4 million, 3.5 to 4 million, I was told. I think it would have even been higher. However, whatever's going on. So anyways, I've had some people looking in. My Twitter has an embargo from Twitter on it, literally blocking me from doing anything on there. Everything I've said. So anyways, I'm dealing with that on the side with everything going on. But my Instagram engagement-wise has been a bit better the last few months. I've noticed that, and I got a lot more posts going into the 100,000 range, which never happened, ever, no matter what I did. Nothing has changed, by the way. Nothing on my style. I'm using my same format that I learned through marketing and by being myself along with my business. And but TikTok will have days where posts will stay in the hundreds and then randomly just jump up. So I don't know what's going on. I know that I get seen a lot on there, though, and I get posts that go into the millions quite regularly. So where I'm seen more than any other platform. I wish Instagram was like that, because I think Instagram's a little bit better for me as far as I think TikTok has younger viewers. Not I think there's older viewers on there too, but I think there's more younger viewers. But I don't know. I noticed there's some random weird days on TikTok, but like I said, when you get those posts that take off, then all of a sudden all your posts are getting seen a lot more. So I don't know. But I saw on the pro wrestling side of things, the fan that jumped in the ring on Wednesday with AEW on that. Coincidentally, I had the guy blocked already on my Twitter, and no doubt it was probably from something. He had definitely done something in the past, but just no place for that whatsoever. I talk about it on my latest Feeding Time that drops Monday. I give you guys my solution on what they should do to people that do that. And I'll wait for you to watch Feeding Time to see what that is, because it's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, Dan, my TikTok from 7 hours ago only has 1,200 views. And, well, I don't know what's going on Instagram. It shut off my live already once. That's good. Yeah, I don't know, Dan, on that. We'll have to wait and see. Shoulder's doing great. I've done two lengthy sessions already today on breaking up scar tissue. And I have a feeling I'm going to have to close out Instagram shortly if this keeps up. It keeps going black on my phone and just logging out of it. It's done twice already, so. Hey, Lane. Yeah, Feed Me More Nutrition does have, we have our 10 count creatine. It's absolutely, I love it. We have, and it has a glycer pump added to it, which is great to take like either pre-workout or intro workout. I always stack it. I take 10 grams with my Pumplex City. I've been doing my Pumplex City and 2 scoops of my Finish It BCAAs and 10 count creatine and ribose as my intro workout drink on that. And yeah, I saw that there was it says Bailey was injured. I saw that on Twitter as well during training. Said she'll be out for 9 months. So extremely unfortunate. And Bailey was always got along with her. I wasn't up there a long time with her, but she was up there during my end. But I would imagine it's probably, I don't know if they've come out and said it, but usually that 9-month thing is always like a knee ACL sort of thing. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of that. But as you know, injuries are all part of the game. And hopefully, I'm shocked the wrestling companies don't have deals with the bioaccelerator and the stem cell companies. It would get talent back probably in up to half the time, maybe not always half. But I would think it would shave off months off of the recovery process, because usually what you do is for injuries that require surgery, like full tears, breaks, et cetera, and namely tears when you're dealing with all this, then you do the stem cells after, and it can really speed up recovery. Yeah, today is extremely hot in Vegas. We're dealing with 100. Today's high and tomorrow's high is 115 degrees. I'm looking forward. I'm really excited for the fights tomorrow. I will be watching them as I always do. The Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier trilogy fight. I actually met Francis Ngannou. What day was that? I go to for my guys, Dr. Carlos and Dr. Sean. They're in the Extreme Couture building All the fighters are always in there. It's literally in the building. It's just Ambrose trains there, Moxley. Sometimes it's a great facility here in Vegas off of Sunset, and I was in the bathroom, and I was leaving. I just got done doing my sessions, and I think he'd been training. But the bathrooms, there's 2 bathrooms. It's shared because the physician rooms, and they treat a lot of the fighters, those guys. And Couture owns the building and probably, I assume, rents them out. But we were in the restroom. He was pulling his shirt off of his head. I go, hey, nice to meet you. He goes, nice to meet you. Very mild-mannered guy. He's a big guy, though, man. He's got like the long limbs. He's freakishly just like a monster. So I'm looking forward to seeing him fight again. Oh, thank you. Yeah, me and Dr. Carlos, that's now becoming my favorite thing is what things can we do to end the session. We do the session like for 90 minutes, hour and something, 90 minutes of just straight work. And then like as he's working on me, something creatively will pop in my head. And like that, I just tried. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So that's kind of the deal. Like now it's just turning into like, what stuff can we do? And I was like, yeah, how about we just let me, I'll murder you. The old pro wrestling Ricky Steamboat neck snap. But that was a good time, man. This Instagram's really going to bother me. The screen keeps going dark. I don't know why this does this on my phone. I'm convinced they don't. So now we got to. The story is Dr. Carlos didn't die though. He would because clearly we can't do that, and so it was just traumatized from the extreme intense neck snap gone wrong. So we got to now figure out the next video, and that will come to me as we get closer to our session. We got another session. I don't think I see him. I see Dr. Sean on Wednesday next week. I see my other therapist on Monday. I got a lot of work. I'm breaking up all new tissue I found in this other area. So Monday should be a great session. Wednesday will be a great session. And then I see Dr. Carlos and Sean, I think, the following Wednesday, double up on them again. Ryback defeating Undertaker to end the streak would have been great for your career. Well, no shit. Yeah, okay, we're just going to... Instagram sucks. Jesus fucking Christ. We're getting off of this. Sorry, guys. I'll delete that video. Hold on, I'm going to log on to TikTok here, so at least we're streaming on one other platform. For the love of God, get the people on TikTok here. Welcome, TikTok, to the Ryback Show. We just left Instagram because they are not allowing us to stream properly, and just want to have a good time. Just talk to my friends, to my fans, my friends, and then people that don't like me as well. David says Big E is announcing on WWE. I'm not having a problem. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, David. Yeah, there's something going on with the Instagram. I don't know why. I've tried streaming it from my phone before. When I use the tablet, it usually is all right from my tablet. But Instagram shut off. They don't let me make money on my show anymore. They turned off my badges. They took away the money I had in there. They just completely, we sent a thing in to ask what happened. And as always, they didn't respond, as Twitter never has. And this legal stuff, this is something that's really, I can't stress this enough. It's like, it's bad. It's not cool. And I know it's not just me. WWE actually has a handful of talents that that they suppress their social media accounts. It's not like, and I know for a fact with mine, I've already told you, I've had the service that's looked into it that actually can go in and look at the accounts and send me the screenshots of the things going on in the coding on what and it's just insane. But we're working on getting that fixed. So it's, but it's happening on a lot of other platforms. People don't get notified, even though my followers I've done this show and done things, the amount of people that will watch live never goes up, despite my numbers have gone up, my subscriber count year after year. So what do you do with that? You're dealing with a multi-billion-dollar evil corporation that works with these other corporations. And it literally, it's trying to prevent you from doing anything. It's a very dangerous thing, that a road they're going down as well, the companies that are doing it. And I think at some point there will be legislation. There will be, and I know in Florida, I saw something where there's some things going on with some of these social media companies with what they're doing. It's not right. And it's like, man, I've done nothing in any of this. It has nothing to do with the Ryback trademark. What they are doing, they have no right touching my social media and trying to stop me, prevent me from making a living. This is why I've been vocal though about it, because I saw what was going on. I've seen them cut off my Pinterest account. You imagine losing $12,000 in revenue a month from one platform, and then them slowing it down everywhere else. It's very dangerous. And so this is something I got to be very, very proactive on and vocal. And it's something, and it's definitely tested me, my patience. This happens, and you want to go into violent mode right away. And trust me, like it's far from over. I'm going to get it fixed. I'm getting my health back. I'm going to get back. And then there's going to be some stuff that's going to be pretty damn serious going on. I swear to God. So it's just, I have my priorities in line, and keep everything growing and going in the right direction. And then we'll take care of business. Thank you, All Out Movies. Yeah, I saw that Jimmy Uso got another DUI, supposedly. I'm a big fan and supporter of the Usos. I've always loved wrestling those guys, and think they're doing the best work of their career right now with Roman. It's not the first time that's happened with him or his brother. It's happened way more than it should have. I don't understand it. And I don't have the details of the situation. He's not a bad guy, but I mean that's not a, I think there comes, you gotta, if you're gonna drink and drive, like, I don't understand why in this day and age with Uber, we have the technology in place where we don't have to do that. And I would think if you've gotten one or multiple, that you wouldn't risk it. That clearly, you know what I'm saying, and that even if you don't think you're drunk, as long as you're going to blow positive, it doesn't matter. It's one thing if you go out and you meet somebody and you have a beer or a glass of wine, and there's no way, shape, or form you're completely fine. But if you're having drinks, and I even think when you're having one, I think that I'm like, well, what's the point of even having one? Let's just, if you're driving, but it happens, right? Sometimes you have a beer, but you're not going to blow. You're fine. You talk for a couple hours. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this, but I think it's like, for me, it's just always, just don't do it. If you're going to go out and have drinks, just Uber. But that, I don't know the details of the situation, what happened, and hopefully, luckily, nobody was hurt. And yeah, I'm sure they're not happy though. But I don't see him being punished as far as he's being used. You know, the punishment will come at a later point. They'll finish business, and then the punishment, and that typically is kind of how things will play out there. I would say don't drink and drive in general. I don't see it being, I think it's just good to have a rule that if you're going to drink, just Uber. I'm saying there's people, though, that in situations you have a beer, like, you know what I'm saying, in a beer, and not beers and not shots. But I think it's good to, everyone has their own like kind of rules. I think it's just good to just not do it in general and not put yourself out there. As long as you're not drinking, they can't say you're drinking because they can't make that up as far as you know what I'm saying? So it's, whereas even if you have a drink and you get pulled over for something and they smell that beer on you, and then they, you know, then it's out of your hands in a way as well on that. So I saw Aleister Black, with AEW. I thought it was a great debut. The kick looked brutal on Arn and Cody, and very simple and very effective. So it'll be interesting in seeing what storyline, what the program's going to be with them, and where they go from it. So I am not watching SmackDown, guys. I am in Vegas. The show does not come on until 8 p.m. here. Las Vegas is on Pacific time. TikTok, the good thing, we got the viewers are up to 635 live viewers. Thank you very much, TikTok. Appreciate the love and support on the platform. Doing these lives actually really, really help boost the platform as well. We should be hitting 1.3 million fairly soon on there, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So continue to grow, and I believe is only The Rock has more followers from the professional wrestling world than me. So I'm in a distant second. I don't know how many millions he has, but he has a lot of them. So, but for 17, 18 months on there, not too shabby. Do I think Braun Strowman will go to AEW? I'd like to see him replace Brody with the Exalted gimmick. Yeah, I don't know what I would imagine that he does end up there. I think that would be a good pickup. I'm you know, with the guy, it's great. You want the roster. That roster, they're getting guys now, and it's a very good thing. And now the focus is going to be from the creative end, is finding angles and keeping guys going, right? That's very, very key while building up the roster still, because but this is what I knew. This is what was going to happen all along. They started with they had a few names and all indie talent that were getting their shot. And this is just the way that pro wrestling works. Over time, you'll see some of those guys drop off. You'll see the names come in and fill it out, and things get shuffled up. That's pro wrestling. And that roster, at the end of the day, their only job from that is to have as strong of a roster as possible. And it's up to you to sink or swim. And that's why, that's the way that it works. And I don't know that the environment and all that has been, from everyone I know and talk to, is fantastic over there, but it's pro wrestling at the end of the day. You got guys and women there, and there's only a certain amount of TV spots, and the rules of pro wrestling apply there as they do anywhere else. You want a spot, you gotta do what you gotta do and get over, and hopefully you get an opportunity, but you're nice to people, and you want people to do well, but at the end of the day, you got to go out and take care of business, and that's cool. That's what that environment is, pro wrestling. Yeah, that's not an argument, man. You guys, wrestling fans, man, you guys have no fucking clue. Like you guys say, they have to be careful and not copy what TNA did when Hogan joined. That's an entirely different situation. And by the way, those ratings numbers were way better than today's ratings numbers, just for the record. And social media existed then, right? So I think you guys, but there's a difference between hiring guys that are far past their prime and then getting names that are in their prime. It's an entirely different situation. So you guys gotta like wrestling fans though are not, they lack depth. They lack the ability to think, the common sense, and it's and not all of them, but just that negative, hateful portion, that pessimistic portion with that. Like you guys want them to get as many names as they possibly can, trust me. What else we got going on today, guys? Thoughts on WWE keeping the released wrestlers on a 3-month no work contract? That's always been the way that it is there. They get paid, you get paid for the 90 days. That's always been what it is. From everything that I've always known. I don't know what is with the Zelina Vega situation. Yeah, in a few years, there'll be no big stars left in WWE. Everyone will go to AEW. I think they're going to have to make some adjustments. But I do. Things are balancing out now. That's for damn sure. And it's actually, it's going to work. It'll be interesting to see if it works both ways. That over time, when AEW contracts are up, if AEW talents jump over to WWE. I think it's inevitable that happens at some point because somebody's going to get offered more money. If it's something, and I think that's going to be, but I think environment-wise right now, AEW definitely has the advantage to being a more wrestler-friendly company. What else we got here? Do I think Cesaro deserves a world championship? I don't know. I think I've always got along well with Cesaro. I don't know what the I honestly I have no, like, I really don't have an opinion on it. I don't know. What are my thoughts on hardcore wrestling, like glass and thumbtacks? I'm not, so it's not something I'm going to do. I have no interest in going in there and purposely doing things where that to my body. I don't understand that. But there's people that like it. There's people that like to do it, supposedly. So people are going to do what they like. And if there's an audience for it, I just think I have a choice, and it's not something that I'm going to sign up to do. I don't. It's not. No, I never watched. I never was into that. Even when I was younger and watching like WWE or WWF with the hardcore matches, I wasn't the biggest hardcore wrestling match fan as well. I always just enjoyed the regular stuff. I will be watching the Conor McGregor fight tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. Lena J says today's hashtag Flex Friday. Waiting for your IG post. Hope all is well. Thank you, Lena. That may not be coming till Monday. I gotta do my fast, and today was a busy day. Did we have another super chat I missed? I don't think. Rest in peace, Dr. Carlos. Thank you, Umer, for enjoying the supplements. Feed me more nutrition. Over time, I would imagine we will be doing a algae-based EPA omega-3, omega-6. Good question on for somebody that knows nothing about nutrition. Where do I start? I want to lose 100 pounds. I think you got to. That's great. You have it in your head. You want to lose 100 pounds. I think though you got to learn nutrition. You got to start reading books. You got to figure out what you need to do as far as exercise. You need to start. You need to get the wheel rolling on that. And but my thing, I would say, you got to learn how to lose 5 pounds before you can lose 100. You got to learn how to lose 1 pound. You have to, and the way that you do that is through tracking the calories that you consume in physical activity. What you need to do is get online a basal metabolic rate calculator, plug in all the information that it asks for. I would try several different ones just to kind of make sure that the numbers that it gives you back on your calories that you need to maintain your weight and then to lose weight are all fairly accurate, which usually I've never seen them be too far off on that. And then you got to then start understanding what you're putting in your body and realizing it's completely your fault. Everything that you've ever done is your fault. 100%. Doesn't matter who, like the choices that you've made. And then you got to now realize that it's going to be your fault that you fix it. Like you're going to just start making better decisions because you're going to start learning nutrition and being active and doing it in small increments. And it's just not, you got to realize that the way that you've gone is not the right way. And it's never too late. And, you know, in a matter of a course of a year or two, you could be an entirely different human being than the person you are right now. And it's going to take work and feeling better. And how you feel right now is not how you're going to feel throughout it. Your energy is going to improve. You're going to get rid of all the bad habits if you truly want it. It's that as simple as that. It's just a flip in the mind switch where you go, you know what? I'm sick of being this way. I know that because I see these people that live a better life and they're happier, they feel better, they have great energy. I know that exists. I want that. And then you start in the search for that, answers start coming to you in pieces. You can't just give you like, this is the formula. It's a mindset switch more than anything. And you got to start learning and consciously making better decisions each meal. Every meal is either improving your life or taking away from your life. That's a mindset switch right there. When you have that in your head, that's a very powerful thing. You know, I think a vegan diet will give you the most success and fix a lot of your problems the quickest on that as well. And again, the basal metabolic rate calculator will give you the blueprint for the calories. And then you just got to do a little bit of work. You just write down some foods. You look at how many meals you eat a day. You keep it simple. Maybe you only eat twice a day, maybe 3 times. You divide those meals up to hit your macronutrients. You make sure you're getting all the quality micronutrients through nutritious foods, not the shit out there. And you're going to start feeling better. Fix your mood. You fix your food. We fix our mood. And your energy is going to increase. Your physical activity is going to increase. And you're going to start seeing results over time. Super chat from Landon. What was your initial reaction to Taker losing at his WrestleMania streak? This was literally my reaction. Dolph Ziggler was sitting to the right of me. We were in catering. We had moved. We were at the front of the TV with everyone around. Me and Dolph in the front and at one of the TVs. And I think the catering had a lot of TVs in there. So not everyone was near us on this TV. And it was this. That was my reaction. 100%. Do I take any other protein shakes? I take my ISO Hungry plant-powered caramel cookie protein. That I got actually an 84-gram protein shake waiting for me in there that I'm going to blend up right after this show. I just did my cardio. So we have, I believe it's by far the best tasting plant protein. It mixes like whey on feedmemore.com with that. Who am I going to take in the Connor versus Dustin? You know, I think I'm pulling for Connor on this one because as a fellow businessman, entrepreneur, I know how difficult I want to see him get another shot. I would like to see him win the title and go out on top. The guy, and I think he's done a lot for that sport, and it is no easy task doing the things that he is doing. At the same time, he's fighting a very, very hungry top competitor who has not had the title yet. And so it's just a great story. The press conference the other day, it gives me Rocky vibes for some reason. Like, it's just watching the Connor in the things change. Each fight, it's a little different. You don't know what you're going to get. And you know what I'm saying? You know, like in the Rocky movies with, Rocky with the one, I can't remember all the exact, but you got the hungry Rocky when he's coming up. And then you got the one where he's super rich and he's starting to get a little not as hungry. And then he's back. And this is just, it kind of gives me that vibe. So I just enjoy it, man. Whoever wins, I'm so thankful that for the entertainment. And I'll never understand people attacking. It's like wrestling, man. Just be grateful. Focus on what you like. If there's things you don't like, but you don't talk about it. You don't harp on it. But that's just something positive. People, successful people, they get that usually. And it's more of a negative-minded people thing to kind of shit on everything. So, and just focus on that consistently. I'm just looking forward. I hope hopefully there's no leg breaks, no arm breaks, just no breaks. I don't need to see any breaks. Tap. If it's going to break, tap. But I could watch it. I don't have like a squeamish stomach or anything with that. Like, I had my leg break and I just know what it felt like. And I'm like, I don't want to see it, man. Like, it's like, I don't want to, but I'm curious to see the story, how it plays out. We got another super chat here. Shotanis, good to see you again, Mitch. You've probably been asked this a lot, but are you going to go to AEW because WWE sucks without you? I stopped watching regularly once you had to leave. Yeah, I'm not really, just getting healthy, and I have a fairly decent idea what I think's going to happen. Nothing's ever set in stone, but my main priority is just getting healthy and continue to grow my business. Getting my social media fixed is a big priority for me right now. And then, going from there. That's been the game plan. But they would be, that promotion in general is the promotion I watch the most, for sure. Thank you, Umer Ben. Can't wait to see you on TV again. Your vegan diet makes you look like you're in your 20s. I'm sure some people would argue that, but I really feel like I look exactly the same. And people see me in the streets and recognize me. Like today, even a little girl and her mom pulled up next to me as I finished my feeding time video, and the girl like freaked out in the car and like pointed and waved, and it was that's a good feeling. But I feel like I've stayed very close in age-wise, being 39 and leaving when I was 34. I felt like I aged when I left because I was so hurt. And I look at pictures and I got my nose and ear fixed. I just think I'm so much healthier in general, health-wise, out of that environment. And I stopped taking ibuprofen the day that I left there, and I just dealt with the pain, and I got the pain fixed. I've had 19 stem cells, and I've been blessed. I've no matter what happens with my life, I've been blessed to get my health back on something that nobody's ever done before. So that's a huge win in itself for me. I'm just trying to get it. I want it all back, and that's why the shoulder is such a main priority for me, because I want to especially everything that's gone on with WWE legally and what they've done and pushed out a lot of the lies. they've created a lot of hate for me that's just unnecessary, and I can't back down from it, unfortunately. And you got to fight, and that's and like I just want to live my life and be positive and inspire people and be great. But they've stopped me on a lot of things and tried to stop me and slow down my growth, and it is horrible what is going on. And that's why I take that anger and that hate, because I assure you, I want to do very bad things to everyone in that company that works there in a high position. Very bad things. It goes through I'd be lying if I said it didn't. They're trying to prevent me and my family for, you know what I'm saying? That's a very serious, serious thing. I've taken that energy though and harnessed it in a positive way. And I realized that the day that I get my health back, and once I'm back, then we could take care of business, which I think is going to make for better TV, quite frankly. I believe I have been to Belgium. I'm positive I have. We've wrestled on one of the tours over there. Yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close. Powerbomb Kevin Dunn. Yes, I believe the move set, everything is going to be outside of any new moves that I do, but I just won't be doing the backpack stunner anymore. That's about it. No leg drops, nothing. And I could if I want now with my back being better, but it's not worth it. Jeffrey Tolley, thank you for the super chat. Do I think there will ever be a CM Punk return to pro wrestling? I don't know. I could see it happening under the right circumstances. I mean, he's only lost one UFC fight, so I saw they overturned the other one, the guy for marijuana. That's not there's no way that's even, I don't even know how that's a thing. The whole marijuana thing with me, and I'm not even a marijuana guy. Like, I just don't, it does not, I don't get it. That shouldn't be, nobody should get banned or kicked off of anything for marijuana. If anything, I would think to me, if somebody wants to smoke before a fight, I'm like, go for it, man. I know if that was me, I would be, holy shit, walking out, oh my God, there's thousands of people, millions of people watching me. I'd be going crazy, losing my shit. I wouldn't be able to focus. I'd be so paranoid. I think it takes away from performance. Thank you very much. I still look like prime Ryback. I think we're not far off. Physically, once I can push a little more weight, the chest and shoulders are coming in very nicely though. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, pot would slow a person down more than enhance their ability. I just don't. It's one of those things, you know. It's like drinking. If a guy wants to get drunk before a con, be my guest. King 101. Dustin's going to win the fight in 1 second. Conor McGregor's too cocky. Yeah, King, I wouldn't get too caught up in seems like you're a little too invested. I could see you leaving definitely some pretty shitty comments online. Have I ever thought about doing acting in some movies before? No. I've had a guy that would send stuff. I just delete them. I don't have time for it. It's not what I've had these injuries from the beginning that I've dealt with and running my business. And when I used to do everything, not possible to leave, to go film, to do things. A lot of these things too, you got to record and send in a lot of things. Either you got to go in person or record. I just have no time for that. It's not what I'm doing. It doesn't fit into my grand scheme of things. You know, if I'm back wrestling in a company, they, hey, we have a role we'd like you to play, and it's a very simple process, then, you know, maybe that's something down the line, but not, it's just not even possible right now. And says, did you seriously get screamed at for doing that move on Rusev Miro? Oh, you're referring to when I posted the big guy corkscrew plancha that we did. We had a very short period of time. One, that match wasn't long to begin with, I don't believe, but we had to go to break. I think they told us in Gorilla that we had time cut and we had to do a spot, something up front, and go to break really quickly into the match, like really quickly. So we did something before where he either got knocked out, I don't remember the beginning, or powdered out. Probably something where sold to the outside. And then I hit the ropes and did the big guy corkscrew plancha. And then we got to the back. Vince was it would not scream. Nobody ever screams. No one's screaming at me. Miro posted that to be the smartass. But Vince had me. I went over to him in headset, and somebody said Vince wants to see you, and he said something along the lines of, "Don't you ever fucking do that again?" Or I don't know. At that point, I was already checked out. Like I could give. And then there were the other things right before I left with Vince, where Kalisto, this was when they had me being kind of a tweener. And for Vince, it was like doing the ground and pound. But it was going to be, everything had changed because I didn't sign the contract. So the things that we had discussed, all this stuff now, they were trying to like just take away everything all over again, like they did the first time. So they had me go out. I was on Raw. I think it was Raw multiple times. I think we were in Brooklyn, and Kalisto was in the ring, and it was just, he wanted me to go out there, and it was just stare at Kalisto after his match and like face to face. So I go do it. And by the way, I'm still babyface at this point. I hadn't turned heel. There was nothing. And Kalisto, the crowd was dead silent. They didn't know who to cheer for, nothing. So I started doing the feed me more in his face. Crowd came up, erupted into feed me more chants. Vince was furious that I got the crowd reacting because they weren't reacting for the thing because there was being no build for this follow-up. This was after the first match at WrestleMania, and then they were doing the second because I wasn't signing the contract. So now he wasn't giving us a build. This is what they do. It was slowly just like, oh, we're going to punish you more, put you on the pre-show again. We're not going to give you any build for it. You better sign. Wasn't having any of it. That happens. I get to the back on that. Vince was furious on that. And that's where Vince said to me, he goes, "Are you fucking stupid?" I go, "Are you fucking stupid?" And he sat back down, and that was the conversation. Nobody talks to me that way. I'm really fucking smart, actually. And I know how to get over. And I'm not going to let you go out there and fucking throw it all away. I'll just leave. And that was that. And Vince wasn't going to fucking push that. So, and you can't let Vince do that to you. And people don't understand. I'm not disrespectful. He's disrespecting me on that. I'm my own brand. I own my brand, by the way, not you. So, and that was that. But that one wasn't yelling. I would say that one where he goes, are you fucking stupid? I go, are you fucking stupid? He puts his headset back on. He sits back down like a little bitch. Good to see all of you. We have a new Rybacker in the house. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, do I have any advice to starting to work out? Yes, start to work out, guys. You got to have some more. You got to, man, don't ask the broad questions. You got to do a little bit of work on your end, man. Get fucking started. Get hungry. Like, do I have any advice to start working out? Yeah, start working out. Yeah, a lot of people, you can't let Vince, like the guy, a lot of you guys have no, like, it's just, it's not, I don't go to do that to him. I don't go, like, it's not like you walk up to him and go do that to him. If you don't know me yet, like, I give you the energy you give me right back. And that's not changing. That's never going to change. I'm the nicest guy in the world. And I learned really quickly in pro wrestling that there's some pieces of shit in there, and you got to fucking you got to know when to stand your ground. Let's see what else we got. Do I know any other porn chicks besides the lovely Phoenix? You sound like a complete fucking creep. Jesus Christ. Yes. I played baseball and football growing up, soccer when I was younger. Seeing what else we got here. Have I listened to the Jim Ross podcast on me? I don't know which one you're referring to. I've done Jim's show. Jim apologized when he talked about, this was, I don't know how long, maybe this might have been a year and a half, a couple of years ago. And where Jim they did a little thing where he talked about on if I had a bad attitude and then he apologized and that was never the case. And I don't know if he got some bad information on that. And I think it was just more of sometimes, and this happens oftentimes in podcasts, you got guys and they'll just bring up stuff and then they feel they got to give an opinion on it or an answer. You see a lot of people, and my situation in pro wrestling is unlike anybody else's. My situation was not a creative thing. It was nothing on me. It all stemmed from my legal bullshit when they fired me with my leg. And there was all this other, and them stopping me, forcing me to drop the multi-million-dollar lawsuit. There's so much shit going on that these people wouldn't be privy to. And Jim wasn't in the mix at that time. He wasn't even there. He came in for a couple appearances. He did a couple things with me. He did guest commentary on one, but he was never there during any of it. And then he realized that and he apologized, and what I'm really thankful for, because I was like, man, stuff like that is not good. But Jim, I've always gotten along really well with Jim. I have a lot of respect for Jim on that. But like when I see stuff like that, I got to shut that shit down right away. I'm like, nope, that's not the situation. Enough people in wrestling know me and know that's not the situation. But I haven't heard if he did anything recent. I'm not privy to it. What else we got going on? Yeah, I'm looking forward. Jim Ross was saying you were not trusting anyone, and that was one of the main reasons Ryback left WWE. Yeah, they're not trusting anyone. I mean, it was clear as day. They went out of their way to destroy everything multiple times. That wasn't like a secret or anything. You just go back and watch it. You can see what the hell is going on. They had me fall on my face at WrestleMania while I was one of the hottest things, if not the hottest thing going, and then turned me heel and took away everything when I was the number 2 merchandise seller going up, by the way, and would have taken over number 1, no doubt. Why would I? The company that forced me to drop a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, the company that is now suppressing my social media, that tried to fuck up my entire life because I left and got everything, because they're fucking idiots. It's not me. I'm just not. I don't let them push me around like they've done with other people. So what's not to trust? I go out there and I did everything they always asked. I was a big part of the Shield's success. Went out of my way to help put them over time and time again. Always did what was asked of me. When I was a heel, I would volunteer to take the power bomb. Nobody wanted to take it. Nobody wanted to get buried. I'll take it. You guys are pushing them. Let's get them over. They'll have, because that adds to the story long term that we never completed. But that I would say I had a fantastic attitude. And if you know me, I could tell you guys and I'm not going to name their names on here, that you would think had good attitudes that were fucking pieces of shit at times and had horrible attitudes. It's just crazy the shit that will come out and things on it, and people form their opinions, but that was it is what it is. Everyone in wrestling has their opinion, and then there's the facts of the things that actually happen. So don't worry. Anybody that spams will be blocked. Yeah, it does sound emotionally draining, which is why, as a physical actor and everything I've got going on, I'm very interested in I will take care of business on my end. I have no interest of like just saying, "Yep, here's my name and my brand, and I'll show up every week and we'll figure out what we're doing." I'm a little too smart for that now, and I don't have any interest of playing that game. As a physical actor, I have all the interest in knowing the role that I'm going to play beforehand and signing up for that role and then delivering the results as I know I've always done. So, and that we'll see what happens. I think both Kenny Omega and Roman Reigns are absolutely amazing. Have a good one, Muscle Man. Thank you. Thank you. I had a great deal on Tough Enough. Tough Enough was a lot of fun. I'm very thankful for my wrestling trainers and having Bill DeMott, Al Snow, Dr. Tom Pritchard. Those guys were all helped me tremendously. I have wrestled Chris Jericho. I believe I wrestled Chris Jericho at Payback. I believe it was Payback, if I'm not mistaken. One with a schoolboy. I love Chris. I was very happy with my entrance theme music. The only one I want to have the sirens on the front end of it for the new one, but not throughout the song, just the intro into the sirens, into the Feed Me More. What else do we have going on? How did you handle being on the let's see. Justin, good to see you, Man of Steel. How did I handle being on the road 24/7? Well, you're not on the road 24/7. It's pretty damn close, though. It's not something I would ever want to do ever again. I don't think it's a good quality of life. I think it's why a lot of guys have a lot of bad habits. It's counterintuitive to I feel a healthy life in general. I think pro wrestling doesn't need to be any more than a couple days a week, if that. I think one day a week is more than enough, and even that is too much. I would say long term. I think too, and it's one thing if you're not wrestling working matches every week, but it's like the fight game. Dana White learned everything he learned from Vince McMahon, and he paid him for a meeting, and Vince gave him the blueprint on how to do what he does. And he's taken it to another level with that. But pro wrestling, I wish they would have put the pro wrestling salaries with the other sports. I feel they really missed a huge opportunity to bring light. I would say pro wrestling would probably be the lowest of all of them on average, the average salaries of all the sports and things. And I don't know why they didn't include that. But I think if they would have taken the big promotions, if they would have taken WWE, AEW, either you leave it at those two or you add Impact to it as well. and taken their salaries and gotten that information and taken the average, you would have seen an average wrestler income well under six figures. I would imagine. Good to see all of you. I'm very happy for John Cena's success. We had our issues in wrestling, but I'm never one to hold like a grudge as far as that goes. Me and John did get along at times, and John oftentimes had very nice words after the damage had been done to me from a character standpoint. One was over in Iraq. John came up to me in the weight room and told me that he admired me for my work ethic and not letting the things that had happened destroy me. And that was that. And he just came over and it was like I don't know if that was his way of apologizing for anything. I don't know, but it was what it was. I mean, it was, there was certain things that happened along the way, and I've talked about it, but in that business, I understand it. He has a spot and a position, and it is what it is. And the two people that I had a conflict of interest with were the two people making the most money when I was red hot. So it doesn't take much more than just looking at that. That's just the nature of the business and things like that. So, but it was never coming from me on my end. I just went out there and got over, and the animosity and the jealousy and insecurity. I was never once. I want everyone to be as over as humanly possible. I never went out of my way to try to sabotage somebody or oh man, that guy's getting over. Hey, I want to beat him. I just don't. That maybe I'm not cut out for that world. That's why I think I'm more cut out for getting the things put in the contract for the role I'm going to play, because it's just, I know what it is. And I have other stuff where I'm just I'm not insecure. So it's I don't, I know I'm really good at playing good roles and delivering on those roles. And I think I'm very believable, and people like to see me play the big roles. So. Yeah, Damian Priest, I've enjoyed things I've seen with him. Looking forward to seeing everything that unfolds with his development. It's all storylines and character development and what happens over the course of time. Do I think Daniel Bryan is believable as a giant killer in pro wrestling? I love Daniel Bryan. Wrestled him many, many times, and I believe Daniel is more than good enough to have believable matches with much larger opponents. I think it's always tough when you're dealing with guys. See, the pro wrestling, the things where it gets really tricky is you see a guy like me, and I'm 285, 290, sometimes a little heavier, 6'2" at best. I think I'm the perfect height, though, where I could be a monster, but also it creates really good matches where I could fight bigger guys, smaller guys. But when you're smaller and you got a guy like Dan, and Dan's not small, from a physical, as far as he's not a skinny guy. He trains hard. His endurance is absolutely off the charts. But if you put a guy like him against the big shows, and Canes and Mark Henry and different times, or guys of that size, then that's where it could sometimes be a little bit of a stretch of the imagination. But the beautiful thing about pro wrestling is you can tell those stories and do it creatively under the right situation. And if the crowd's behind it, it's just, it has to be done the right way when you do that with guys. It shouldn't be done all the time either. But I think Dan is shown, how great he is. What else do we got going on? We have any good questions over on TikTok? Streaming live on TikTok as well. Thank you very much for the love and support, guys. I always appreciate it. Thank you for listening, Mitch, to the theme music. The old Meat on the Table is a great song to blast while driving. Ryback, watching your live streams has helped me handle the lockdown in India a little bit better. Thank you very much, buddy. I hope everything improves everywhere with everything going on. I actually had a guy, nice gentleman outside of the gym yesterday, stop me to say thank you. I didn't recognize him. He goes, man, I just want to tell you thank you for everything you did and what you say. And I'm thinking, like, did I see him somewhere and tell him something? And I realized he just watches, and he's just like, oh, I love your positivity and inspiration. It really helped me during COVID. And that's the stuff where that kind of stuff, it just trumps all the hate and negativity, and as small as that stuff is. And I get the DMs and the messages when you see that people are actually can be inspired, and that is the purpose of it. I don't have all the answers. I just try to live my best life and want to see people do better as well. We have too much hate and negativity in this world. And if we get on the right mindset, we can get more people. You might get 10 haters that tune in, and that one of them it gets through to. It might be 100, and one of them it gets through to, and he goes, I don't want to be this way anymore. That makes the world a better place. And that to me is very powerful. I think sometimes people have a hard time accepting too that you could be positive minded and loving and caring and not take shit from anyone. And I think a lot of people, like, there's two, I know there's people, like, you look at Tony Robbins, and people, like, if you don't know Tony Robbins, though, if you just see from the outside but don't actually what, Tony Robbins cusses. Tony could be aggressive, could be really aggressive. But I think people have there's a stigma, or just they have a preconception. They think that if you're like a positive person, that you're like Jesus, and you're just supposed to stand there and let people just put nails in you and just take pain and like not fight back. And I'm like, no, that's really stupid. That's not what it is. You can't let people, you just block them, smash them, and keep being great on that. So what else we got going on? Right now, too, guys, with Feed Me More Nutrition, all weekend, I'm giving you a free Feed Me More Nutrition gym bag, lifting straps, and workout gloves. Just select your size on the workout gloves. You go to Weight Belts and Apparel. All you got to do is spend $60 on feedmemore.com. Go to Weight Belts and Apparel, add the workout bag, gloves, and lifting straps, that bundle, and use discount code WEEKENDBUNDLE. WEEKENDBUNDLE. To get a $70 value, $69.99 value for free. Just got to spend $60 or more on feedmemore.com. Then add that to your cart and then use Weekend Bundle. I'll have that in the description and the comments after the video. And that sale, that promotion will end for you guys on Sunday at midnight Pacific. Oh, I would have absolutely loved Ken Shamrock and Brock. Yeah. I love both those guys. All right, guys. With that, big guy has to go have his protein shake. ISO Hungry plant-powered protein caramel cookie with one little scoop of natural peanut butter. And I thank you guys, as always, for listening. And yeah, Feed Me More Nutrition on feedmemore.com. Check that out, guys. Have a great, great Friday. And stay hungry, my friends. I'll see you next time. Feed me more.